Cool. So I think like a Thursday, we gone through the security data access, basically determining the object access, setting up the record access, and creating a role hierarchy, dealing with the record access exceptions, how we can share the record. And also we gone through the field level security. So through field also, we can control the access. Now, the next one is on day 3, there is a one topic is pending, which is troubleshooting the login issues. So how do we troubleshoot the login issues for an users? So let me open the document. Okay. So how do we troubleshoot the login issues? Let's say like user says they are not able to log into Salesforce. So what are the ways you can troubleshoot? So can you guys like give me an idea? So what are the ways? Like let's assume like you are the administrator, and one of the company users says like they are not able to log in. Then how do you troubleshoot the login issues? Hello.
Yes, Sampath. Basically, try to check whether they are users first of all.
Yeah. So make sure like a user validate the user is active. Okay. What else? Yeah. What else?
Uh,
Hello.
the IP address.
Okay.
Uh, Probably the login history as well.
I'll just put IP address restrictions. Login hour restrictions.
And time zone as well. Which time zone? Like,
Time zone doesn't matter actually.
okay.
Login hours, if there is a restriction in the login hours, we will go through it. Like the login hours, we yet to go through it. So there is a
Cookies
topic.
will be a problem.
Sorry?
Will cookies be a problem?
No.
When you log cookies?
Cookies, they can log in, right? Like login,
Yeah,
like
but
a issue with that.
getting into browsing of the pages only cookies creates problems.
Yeah, there are two things. Like either you need to troubleshoot the login issues, and also you need to know how to restrict the logins.
Okay.
So let's finish the troubleshooting, then we can go for like a restricting. Or I think like if you finish the restricting the login, then we can come to the troubleshooting also. Like both are similar concept. So yeah. Okay, so first of all, make sure like the user is active or not, and then make sure there is no IP address restrictions. So because if there is any IP address restrictions, then they cannot log in. I will show you like how to do that. Same way, login hours restrictions. If there is a login hours restrictions, employee can log in only from morning 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. After that, like they cannot log in. You can put login hours restriction as well. Anything else? How do we validate? Validate the user's username. Because if they are entering different username, then it will be issue, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
What else? What else? Like if take like a general any systems, like what are the ways you can troubleshoot?
Maybe wrong password.
Again, you cannot guess it like they are entering the yeah. Make sure like they are entering the right informations. Make sure users are entering the right username and password. Then make sure the URL. If it's a production or developer account, login.salesforce.com or domain, my domain dot their domain, company domain. If it's a sandbox,
developer.salesforce.com.
test.salesforce.com. Sandbox, like it's a test.salesforce.com. Okay, make sure the URL is correct. Make sure the users are make sure the users are using the right URL. What else? What else we can troubleshoot? Anyone? Hello?
Probably the settings, Sampath.
Make sure the user is not locked in the system.
Sorry?
The user is not locked in the system.
No, the issue is that like right now they are not able to log in and we are troubleshooting it. So these are all the things you can troubleshoot.
Yeah, but if a user is logged, for example, I entered the wrong password several times and I'm logged.
Okay, you meant to say locked. Okay. Yeah, that is right. Actually, I'm about to say that. Okay. Yeah. User account has been locked. What else? If it's locked, then you have to unlock the account again. Yeah. What else? User account might be freeze.
Sampath, was the difference between freeze and locked?
Freeze means for certain period, administrator can go and freeze the account. Locked means due to the incorrect password, the system automatically lock the user account.
Oh, okay.
So maybe like if you're going for a vacations, I don't want to give access for like a certain period. As an admin, I can go on to freeze. But if you freeze the users, the license it won't count. It will be used license only if you freeze the users.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't release the license basically.
Okay.
So I think that is the one exam question. So yeah, even if you freeze users, the license count, it won't get decreased, like or it won't get increased, like it will be the same because you are freezing users. The user will be active until if you inactivate the users. Yeah. So if you are inactivating it, then the one license count will increase.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I think like, yeah, I don't think so. Like we missed anything. Now let me show you. So validate the user is active or not. So where do you check that? So if I go for users, so on the users, you can see there is a one checkbox, or you can open the users. So let's say like now talk about the Supriya. So the user is active. Yeah. So then there is no issues with the users. Now the next thing is that they may be freezed. You'll see here. Now if I freeze, they cannot log in, and you'll see the active is still checked. The user is active, but their account is freeze. So until if you unfreeze, they cannot log in. Once if you unfreeze it, yes, they can log in. The next one is make sure the users are entering the right username. Yeah. And at the moment, you cannot see the locked button. So the locked button available only if they try to enter the 3 attempt, like the 3 times, like if they enter wrong information. Maybe Supriya, can you try to enter it like 3 times and see like, yeah, wrong password?
Yes, yeah.
So just try with that. Yeah, wrong password basically.
sfwinter2020.com, right?
Yeah, put the username, proper username, password is wrong. So if you want, I'll send you the username.
I got the username. I'm
Okay.
putting the wrong password.
Yeah, I think 3 times. Those are also you can set it up. How many times like a user are trying to enter the wrong password, you want to lock it? Yeah. In the screen, you will see a message saying that like your account has been locked. So please contact your administrator or wait for 15 minutes. But developer org, I'm not sure how many attempt.
Not getting logged. I'm trying so many times.
Maybe 10 times, I think, for
Oh
developer.
my god.
For developer account, we can change the settings. I will show you the settings as well.
I tried 6 times now. It's still open.
Yeah, I think like a 10 times. Let me check that, like how many times.
It's not getting logged. It's letting me work as many times.
Okay, let me check that 1 second. So maybe like, because it's a developer org. No, I can see locked.
Please check your username and password. If you still can't log in, contact your Salesforce administrator.
Yeah,
So
see here,
that
I
is
can see the unlock button now.
1 minute, let me come there.
Now you enter the right username password.
Oh, you've already unlocked?
No, I didn't unlock it. At the moment, it's showing unlock button because your user is locked. That's why like I can see the unlocked button.
Now I'll give the correct password.
Yeah, right username and right password.
It's not, I'm not able to open.
What is showing now?
It's still showing the same thing. Please check your username and password. If you still can't log in, contact your Salesforce administrator.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see.
Logged.
Yeah, so I can see like there is an unlock button.
Okay.
Now if I click unlock, yeah. Now try the same username password. Now you confused it. Don't know which is the right password.
It's giving me an
Still, it's giving an error.
no, 1 minute. Let me try.
Okay. The
1
other
minute.
option, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So the other option is you can go and reset the password for the users.
Yes, it's coming now. But each time this goes to the Gmail asking for the reset code. Why?
Activation code, yeah, that's a security issue. My first time, like because I reactivated your account, that's why.
Okay.
So once if you remember like that security IP address, like yeah, the system will remember. But I deactivated your account and again activated. That's why like it's asking for a code. Next time
Yeah,
it
it logged in now.
okay.
I could. Yeah.
Yeah, reset the password. Then we can still like they are not able to log in, make sure like their email address is correct, and then you can reset the password.
Where
That
do
is
you reset the password?
on the user detail
Oh,
page.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
The other option is forget password, where they will see the forget password. So on the login screen. So if I type login.salesforce.com,
Yeah.
forget password. Yeah, just you need to enter the username. So these are all the ways you can troubleshoot the issue. Now, login hours restrictions and IP ranges restrictions I will show you now. So login hours and IP ranges will be on the profile level. So now if I go for a profile, you already logged in, right? Supriya?
Yes, Sampath, I'm already in.
Okay. So I don't want this view. Maybe like I am going to change the view now. There is a password policies. Yeah, under the password policy, you can set up login hours, login IP ranges. Okay. So if I go for a password policies, you guys like if you want to set up new policies, so you can put it. See here, maximum invalid login attempt.
10. Yeah. Okay.
You can go and put like a 3. And this is the additional one more questions. I think they ask this question or this question, exam question. So I'm not sure which one they will ask. Login attempt 3, 5, 10 days or password expire like this 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, 1 year, never expire. So there are two options. Maybe like one, there will be one exam questions. Either it's related to a logout or related to a attempt, login attempt. I don't think so login attempt. I think like a related to a logout, either logout or the user password expiry. So if I go for a logout, minimum, yeah, I think logout is there. Logout is the exam question, I think. Yeah. So in exam, like you will get a definitely logout questions. Like if, yeah, if the user is logged into the Salesforce and they didn't do any activity for maximum 15 days, sorry, 15 minutes, then the system will automatically log out. And in examination point of view, they will ask, what are the possible logout effective period? They will give different options. So 15, 60, 30, 60, 90, forever. So you have to select 3. So
What
they
is
will
it
give like
for?
a 15, 60, 90, forever. So
What
the
is for?
option 90 is out of year. Like basically, yeah, you have a 13 minutes, 16 minutes, like a 15, 13, 60, and forever. And the user password expire. So once if we reset the password will expire 90 days. So
That forever there, it's like if you give forever, each time the person has to go to the admin for
no,
resetting.
forever means like it won't.
Then it says forever must be reset by admin. What does that mean?
I have to reset, like, yeah, if you maybe logged out, like admin has to log out from the session. So let's say like if you want to enforce to log out,
Okay.
the admin has to go on the session, remove the session basically
Okay.
in the backend.
All right. Okay.
Because by default, the session, it won't log out.
Okay.
The password expire once if you enter the password, you can keep like up to 90 days or never expire. Never expire means it won't expire the password. So you don't want to change it. If I put 90 days, every 90 days, you have to change your password. And enforce password history, how many attempts? So you can repeat up to 3 password. So basically the system will remember the 3 password. You cannot reuse the last 3. And these are all the additional password characters. So just go through it. So let's move on to the IP ranges restrictions. So profile overview. Login IP ranges. Now, if I add an IP address, this is global IP address throughout the world. You can access anywhere in the system. If I enter this, you can access anywhere in the system. It won't ask any activation code because I enabled full IP address. So this is starting IP address. This is the ending IP address. Overall IP address is this one, entire the world. Okay. Now, can I have your IP address, please? If you go to your Google, my IP address. Just enter my IP address and give me your this IP address. So I'm deleting now this one. So I'm going to restrict. You can access only from that IP address. If you are accessing different IP address, you cannot. See, if I am not entering any IP address, they can access anywhere basically. Now I am going to put only from that IP address. Okay. Supriya, can I have your IP address, please?
Just a second, Sampath.
I will put my IP address so that like, yeah, you cannot log in. So 1 second. So I am putting my IP address.
I put it in chat, but is this the IP address? It looks different.
Yeah. Your IP address is different. No, this is your, where you took my IP address, Google?
Yeah, Google. I just said my IP address. Same thing what you did.
No, my IP address.
I said, what's my IP address? I did.
No, your public IP address, the one which you given to me, that is not a public IP address. It's IP4 basically. You enter what's my IP address. Just type IP address like over here.
That's what I did. That's what I did, Sampath. Your public IP address and it's showing this only.
Okay.
I'll share my screen 1 minute. I'll share my screen.
IP address basically.
Okay, I cannot share because you're sharing.
That's okay. No problem. Okay. Now can you, if you try to access your account, go to your Salesforce account.
Yes.
And you can play around with it. Like you can go anywhere, like you can create a new record and you can do all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, can you log out?
Yes, I'm logging out. Yeah, I logged out.
Now try to log in.
1 second. No.
What is the error message?
Please check your username and password. If you still can't log in, contact your Salesforce administrator.
Okay. So now you are entering the same right username password, but still you're not able to log in. Why? Because I restricted IP address. You can access only from this IP address, not any other IP address.
Okay.
I put IP address restriction, but again, before putting the IP address, you logged into the system and you can play around with anything. Like I entered the IP address, like you logged in previously.
Yeah.
After that only I enter the IP address. But until you log out, you can perform all the DML operation or any, like you can do all the activities, right? You can send an email. Yeah, you can go and create a record, update the record. You can do any activity until you manually log out. Once if you log out, then again you cannot log in with a different IP address. You have to be the right IP address.
Okay.
Okay. That is the one. Basically, like you will get an one exam question. So yeah, first after finishing this, I will ask the same question. Now I am deleting the IP address. Now let's go back to the IP ranges. Sorry, login hours. Now you guys are familiar with IP address. Now assume like if I want to enable 2 IP address, how I will do it? So apparently you have to put from this address to this address. Let's say like a home. For office again, you can enter like a different IP address. Let's say here like 1 1 to maybe 10. So between these IP address, they can access it. So you can enter like this, multiple.
You can add as many number you want, right?
Yes,
There's
you
no
can add as
restriction.
many number, yeah. Okay. So now if you try to log in, you are able to log in. Okay. Can you log in again?
Yeah, Sampath, I log in.
Okay, good. So now if I go for a login hours, so IP address we know. Now let's go for a login hours. Now, what is your time zone?
I'm in EST.
Let me check 1 second. So assigned users. It's at GMT only. Okay. So at the moment your time zone is GMT. Anyway, that's fine. So now if I go to the profile, now I'm going to restrict the office hours. Now GMT hours is like a 7:37. Okay. Already you logged in, right?
Yes, I logged in.
So today is Monday. So I'm going to put the time between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday also 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Save. Now try to click employee tab.
1 minute.
Not only employee, any tab.
Oh my God, it logged out automatically.
Yeah. So that is the power of login hours. So if I initially you enter it, but
Okay.
if the login hour is restricted on a specific time, either before or after, whatever it is, if it reaches the specific time, let's assume like just let me, let's say like you open the employee and you start entering the informations. Now, before clicking on the save button, the time got expired, like because the time is up to 5, you can log in, but the time is 5.1. Now you are trying to click on the save button. What will happen? Whether the record will be saved?
No.
Yeah. So basically, it won't save the record because it will automatically log out, and whatever you entered, it will be lost. So that is the main difference between login hours and IP ranges. So IP ranges means it will allow you to stay in the system until you force to log out. But if it's a login hours means the system will enforce log out the users. So on a specific time period, the system will automatically log out the users. So you cannot log in. You cannot perform any activity. So the exam question is basically they will give like one big scenario based questions. So as a user, he logged into the system and there is a login hours restriction between the 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the user trying to enter the informations. Now the time is 4.1 and what will happen? So they will give you like 2 to 3 options, total 4 options. Out of that you need to select 2. So the system will get log out automatically on a specific time and the data will be lost and the data will be saved into the Salesforce and the user logged out. They give options. The data will be saved into Salesforce, user is logged out. The data won't be saved into Salesforce, the user is logged out. Like to confuse you, they will give you different options basically.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is the login hours. So until if I change the hours, like you cannot. So I'm going to remove this again. So go to profile view. Yeah, the meeting going to be end. So let's rejoin again. Login hours done. Login IP range is done. Session settings, password is done. Let's move on to the session settings. Yeah, again, this is for sessions. So session settings, session timeout after 2 hours.